So we can currently see current meta with a ton of supports now taking exhaust, but actually it's not. Chat for viewer. What? Okay, so more than likely it's versus a Microsoft team. So it'll be Palantir Industries versus Palantir. It'll be Palantir Technologies, not Industries. Palantir Technologies versus a Microsoft AHGL team. So right now we just have everyone poised. 2 people at the... Oh! Diana hits the first onto the unsuspecting Ezreal, who's just guarding red. That's pretty interesting and standard, I guess, because everyone's just starting off with a very defensive-oriented kind of setup. Let me go ahead and get everything correct. Nasa's top lane, nearly in the middle. Support is going to be Lulu, WK in the jungle, Pantheon. Diana's going to be... Wow, Diana's mid, Darius is top. Caitlyn, alright, everything looks pretty matched up. Not exactly sure as to... not exactly really sure as to what they're really... why this Darius started Boots Award in a pot, as it really gives him really no lane presence against... Yeah, really no lane presence against this. Anyways, a standard start, no level 1 shenanigans. Oh, I forgot to turn on summoner names. That would probably help. Okay, yeah. So anyways, a really standard start. As we can just see, both of their junglers starting at their blue. Gonna head to their respective red buffs after clearing the wolves. The mid lane matchup should be pretty much a skill matchup. I don't really think any one lane has a really big advantage. Any one champion has a really big advantage. I don't think one team really has an advantage. But I mean, one champion in that mid lane has a advantage, but really the bot lane is probably what we really want to see who wins out hardest, just because Lulu and Ezreal offer so much poke, especially against especially if Soraka keeps getting hit like that early on. Sustain coming out from Soraka really doesn't kick in until about, I would actually say, even level 5. One team really has an advantage. But I mean, one champion in that mid lane has a advantage, but so yeah, that's exactly what I think. Yeah. So far right now, nothing too much going on. All these lanes look pretty much the same. Not much to do. Pretty boring right now, as all they're doing really is just farming, not doing much. Scrabble Tank versus Rar Puff in the mid lane. Looks like, as predicted early on, Nidalee should come out with about a 4 to 5, maybe 6 CS advantage. Although the bot lane is kind of weird. I don't think that this should be a problem for Soraka. Yeah, especially about level 4 to 5. Soraka really doesn't lose that much after that, and this Caitlyn just traded extremely well with Lulu. So right now this bot lane is heavily in the Caitlyn lane favor. Soraka just gonna standard zone out right there. Pantheon's trying to come in for a gank. I'm not really sure what can really be done with this, because really they're getting pushed out. The blue team reset the wave and now they're pushing back out. So really, I mean, they should have seen this ward. This Pantheon is just wasting time. There's really no reason for him to be here, and they're not going to. That star call was even worse, as it's just now pushing the lane even more. I mean, yeah, this is good. Definitely a lot of good harass, I think, but this is going to do is just force them out, and Pantheon is immediately spotted by them. The jungler up top tried to do something. Darius is relatively low. Not really sure exactly what happened, but I mean, this gank right here, Pantheon's just wasted a ton of time. This WK more than likely just going to go back and fight and farm his white. But really, this is just wasting a ton of time. I know they're definitely looking for this dive, but Ezreal still does not have his summoner heal, and Lulu does have exhaust. So more than likely, what's going to happen is they're gonna go exhaust. Oh my god, this is very bad. Okay, so lane pushed out. Pantheon's been here for about 1 minute. I mean, if this gank doesn't pay off, I mean they gotta think they gets it, pays off. Yeah, first blood. So, not very smart by Ezreal to not even look in that bush or even like try to like Q that bush. I mean, they definitely saw Pantheon in there, and they definitely saw Pantheon in there for the entire duration of that ward. So, I mean, I'm not really sure why they. I mean, if he stayed there for a minute, he's still gonna be there, right? I mean, you can't just assume that he's just gonna no. With that amount of time invested into it, if that gank didn't work, the Pantheon would have been very, very far behind. Hold on as I take a break. Hopefully it's still in cam. Okay, so sorry about that. I think I was definitely doing something else. Nothing's really going on right now. Caitlyn hasn't really taken that much of an advantage. Just the BF sword over the Ezreal. But I mean, if this is the case, she should be looking to force the trades really, really heavily. Nasus is getting zoned out quite a bit by Darius as expected early on. Really, Nasus won't be able to do much against Darius until he starts getting like maybe like a I don't know, a gauntlet or a Sunfire cape, something like, no, not a gauntlet first item, but at least like a Sunfire cape, or even a Randuin's first item. Yeah, but nothing going on. This Caitlyn, I think, personally, with this huge lead, should not be letting Ezreal poke him like that. I mean, just trade. Please trade. Please just trade back. No, just auto-attack the... There you go. If he just auto-attacks the Ezreal, he'll win almost every single trade. Soraka has ridiculous heal. Fight at mid. Obviously, Nidalee misplayed that. The Ignite gone on the Diana, as well as the Flash and the heal are both gone on Nidalee. Nidalee must have severely misplayed that. Or what I didn't see is that Diana probably just got a few lucky QRs onto him. And yeah, that's the thing about Diana. She's really, really bad until she hits about level 6 or 7. Here comes a Grand Skyfall coming in from Pantheon. Will they be able to get out? And they jump onto Lulu and another death. Yeah, there's a danger. There's the big danger with Pantheon still. It's just very, very easy to abuse such a low kind of like a low mobility support. But actually, if you look at it right there, the support could have done something a lot better, which was in that circle that was right here. If she had just spammed her W, you can actually cast your W before Pantheon even lands. And that'll actually transmogrify or whatever it's called him before he even shows up. And therefore, he won't be able to do anything. He won't be able to jump onto you. He won't be able to do much. But it was a good silence by Soraka, I think. So that was very, very good. Anyways, first tower should be taken never. Not sure why Caitlyn just didn't auto-attack that last one. They definitely, at this point, could definitely take tower, and then could take tower back, and then look to force a huge dragon fight, because, you know, Caitlyn is going to be extremely far ahead of this Ezreal. I mean, 70-ish farm by 10 minutes is pretty okay. I mean, it's not the best. You want about at least 80, 85, 90 by about 10 minutes. But it's very, very good. But considering, I mean, the Ezreal is just struggling like a beast. This guy can't do anything at all. He's totally gone. So right now, yeah, it's pretty boring. Mid lane's pretty boring. I mean, nothing's really going on here. Nidalee's just farming, and Diana's just kind of farming. It's really just going to still be another skill matchup. So really what's interesting, I think, is that the Pantheon decided to focus on snowballing bot, when bot inherently has a much stronger lane. Inherently has a much stronger laning phase past level 4. Whereas if I was playing jungle and if I was Pantheon and a Darius, I'd probably not tell Darius to push, and I'd probably just kill Nasus repeatedly over and over and over and build up a lead like that. I mean, although he's about 30, maybe, although this Darius is close to 30 farm ahead of the Nasus right now, I mean, you're still, the fact of the matter is your team is still on a ticking time bomb, because as soon as Nasus hits, you know, a certain number of stacks, you know, the game is over. You just won't be able to. So Darius looking to try and harass. This Diana is very, very good and is heavily outplaying this Nidalee. I don't think this Nidalee is going to be able to do much to Diana. Diana looking like she's probably going to go get a DFG first item. And Nidalee straight rushing for the Athenes. So Palantir is looking to set up for this dragon, but they're pretty hesitant. I'm not really exactly sure why they are. Really, they can get it right now. They have Soraka ultimate. Soraka has, I think, all of her summoner. No, just her exhaust, which is really all she needs. Oh yeah, and see this right here. This right here is fight. What is this? Attack him! Yeah, there you go. So Nasus just straight up baited this Darius. At this point, when a Darius loses 1v1 to a Nasus like that, it's not good news for Darius, let me tell you. Darius definitely needed to abuse him way earlier. And like I said, Pantheon definitely needed to come up there way earlier to prevent this Nasus from just farming up all the time. Right now, Nasus has double armor items and plus a CDR item. So more than likely going to be, I guess he's really rushing that... I guess he really is rushing Gauntlet first item, which I think is kind of weird, but yeah. So, Palantir for some reason decided to pull off of Dragon, although they could have easily done it. Pantheon got another kill at bottom. Looks like no, Lulu should not, yes. Lulu should not do that. I'm not exactly sure why that happened, but Lulu should not be taking the last hit when Ezreal desperately needs this. Desperately needs a kill to kind of come back. Caitlyn is so far ahead in this lane, it's kind of ridiculous. Really, I mean, there's nothing that much else interesting going on. Darius is still pushing and still pushing. This Nasus, for some reason, didn't base at all. I don't even know why he didn't base at all. Everyone is just playing so greedy right now. Like, as soon as I got the kill and I push it... Oh my god, that Nidalee with the... Oh my god, the Caitlyn with the... Oh, whoa! What was Nidalee doing? Oh my god, another spear connects. Will he get another one? No. Oh, another spear connects. That's pretty nice. Nidalee making some clutch spears, although personally I would have liked to see Nidalee try to jump into that pit and contest. Caitlyn got the dragon, so it was, in the end, it was still very much worth it. Still very much worth it for the red team. Red team is approximately 2.6 some gold ahead, something like that. My math is terrible. Darius is still abusing Nasus even under his own tower. Nasus still hasn't went back to base. He's currently holding about 1,500 gold, which I think is actually enough to get your gauntlet. Maybe, maybe not, but I mean, his teleport is up. He shouldn't be afraid. He should have based a long time ago. But anyways, I think 1,500 gold should be enough to get... No, it's not, huh? So he's gonna get a... What in the world did he... Okay, I'm not gonna question this. Looks like he bought a Sheen and a Flask. So, okay. That's pretty cool. Anyways, now here comes the mid pressure. This game is pretty solid. Caitlyn's just going to poke away at the tower. That's gone. And then Ezreal and Lulu are going to try and push bot, but I mean, they're just going to rotate down and try to kill them. Yeah, 3 people rotating down. Yeah, this is no good. This Pantheon ult is way too early. I mean, even getting this doesn't matter at all. All this, yeah. Ezreal's going to be... Oh my god, the 4-man Roman. Here comes everyone. WK going in, pops the ult onto Soraka, onto Caitlyn, onto Pantheon. Can they get anyone? Yes, Nidalee gets 1. Ezreal gets... Nope, Ezreal gets 1, and that was pretty good. They actually just caught themselves up, and they're actually back into the game. Oh my god, nice spear. Nice spear from this Nidalee. This Nidalee is very, very good in the team fights. Very, very bad in that laning phase. Always getting caught out by Diana. Either that or this Diana doesn't know how to really rotate and kind of juke from side to side. Anyways, Diana waiting on the wings. Gonna hit. Oh! Yeah, Nidalee should be dead. Nope. Nidalee barely lives. And they still can't get this tower. Oh no. Nasus fighting Darius. Just not good. Darius gonna get hard outscaled by this Nasus. And therein lies the fault of this Palantir team. Pantheon spent so much time bottom that he neglected top. And, you know, Nidalee scales much harder than a Diana. And this Caitlyn just used her E to E in. But they have no presence. Okay, alright, so they can just poke back. If they keep kiting, keep poking, good. Right. So if they just keep kiting and poking back, this fight turns out really well for the Microsoft team. So they're walking over wards. They don't even know it, probably because this pink ward is just, you know, out of the vision range of this one. Anyways, they're going to disengage because their mid tower's taking quite a bit of damage. Soraka going to soak up some experience. Diana's going to come in and clean up the rest. Darius getting heavily pushed back. I mean, 126 farm to this 108 farm is not very good at all for a Darius who honestly should be dominating. So he finally completed the gauntlet, and I'm assuming that Nasus is going to get Sunfire Cape afterwards and just keep farming, or he's going to go get a Randuin's Omen since they changed it. Now Randuin's Omen builds out a Chain Vest. So mid tower for the red side is still up, but Nidalee, as long as Nidalee is free farming, and as long as she's getting that farm, that's something that you definitely want. Here we go again. Soraka and Caitlyn coming back down to lane. Caitlyn taking a... This is warded right here, so Ezreal should see Caitlyn coming and now knows that Soraka is coming. Again, this tower has stopped being pushed. WK is finally there, and you know, this... I didn't see it, but this Diana is just really good at catching that Nidalee, and once that happens, once Diana latches onto you and has that... Okay, not a DFG, a completed death cap, then... I mean, it's just kind of no good. So now the dive is going to happen. Darius is just going to destroy this Nasus without his... What? Okay. Alright, so the bleed eventually comes in through, and Darius kills Soraka with a free assist. Let's see. Here he comes, and the Retribution kill. Nasus gets an assist off of that, and WK, aka Monkey King, aka Wukong, aka Wukong gets the enemy's red, just as Pantheon steals their red. Good coverage of pink wards by the Palantir team. Dragon is up. This should be pretty free, honestly. They have... Why this Diana is still farming and not helping, I'm not really sure. And yeah. So, pretty free. Diana's definitely running some crowd control. Nidalee with a really nice spear onto Pantheon. As they're trying to fight some. I don't think this is a good idea. I think what they should have done is just killed off that Pink Ward at the time, they know they're not going to be able to contest Dragon at all because they're just way too late to the party. But yeah, they got some free back. Basically, the game is very, 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 very even. 6 kills to 6 kills. Really, the goal difference is comprised of just the 3 towers and I think the 2 dragons that they took. It's not that much gold, to be honest. As soon as they take the mid and the bot, it'll just become even again. So, yeah, see, so right here you got one more, and then if the bottom can take, oh wow, this Nasus is going crazy. Got exhausted, taking a ton of free damage by the turret for no reason. Caitlyn got hit. Diana's coming in pretty hard. She's got her boots of swiftness, yeah, so the red and that is taken, and then right now basically the difference that you see is just the 2 dragons. Darius is going to destroy this Nasus. 3, 2, 1. Where's the destroy? Where's the destroy? I guess he didn't want to. Okay. Right. So this Nasus flashed for no reason and is going to die. Rather than trying to just fight this Darius. They could have gone down in a 1-for-1, I think. But, oh man, this WK is coming. Oh no. So that's definitely not good. Any kills to the jungler is always good. Lulu is, they're just fighting, but they're going to die. I don't think they're going to make it out of this. Yeah, that's just not good. Bot is still being pressured a lot. This Nasus really, instead of really needs to somehow find a way to get like a health item. Darius is just really too strong, and armor really doesn't work against Darius. You really just don't need that much armor. I mean, as like stupid as that sounds, armor just doesn't, he doesn't care. I mean, if you don't, like, you just get destroyed. He doesn't care about your armor. Just kidding. Okay, alright, well, red team postured. Red team postured around. Here comes Nasus. Ooh. It's not good. Ezreal's still trying to farm it out. Ezreal finally has his BT and a Sheen, whereas Caitlyn already has one. Caitlyn is basically about 1.5 items up. And this is about the time where Palantir side will hit their nice big power spike. Diana is huge. And really, he can, she could have just instant nuked that Ezreal had she went in on that. Darius picks up the Nidalee. This Nidalee is basically gonna die. Yeah. Ezreal ults them, trying to mitigate trying to intimidate them and fear them away. But really, this game is just in Red's control. Pantheon really like snowballed bot really hard, and while that's good, I mean, the saving grace for the blue side was definitely that Nasus. Nasus had a really big chance, but for some reason, really just couldn't. Just I'm not sure why he didn't get a defensive item first against the Darius. Darius just has so much more damage than a Nasus early game into mid game. You're really not going to see that much damage coming out of Nasus until about 35 plus minutes. So, really confused me as to why this Nasus wanted to go for something offensive so fast. I mean, I understand you can take the Glacial Shroud for sure and get some of that CDR, but really there's just no point. Anyways, Diana going to town, Caitlyn wrecking towers. This is typical siege comp, pick comp. You know, this tower might or might not stay. Oh, they're going to disengage. Nidalee should not chase. Nidalee should not chase. Darius is not. Oh, wow. Okay. Nidalee should have chased then. Wow, that was interesting. So the Soraka got sniped off. The gold difference is still about 4K now. Maybe slightly more than 4K, and really nothing interesting is going on. Pantheon and Darius kind of farming, stalling. I mean, right now this is definitely their turn. Darius gets annihilated, although I do think the ult was a little bit excessive. Nasus has a wither himself, and it really doesn't matter. Although that Darius' positioning was, to be honest, quite bad. Azrael's pretty close to finishing his journey. Approximately another, I think 1,700, close to 1,700 gold left. So right now here comes a slow turret siege by Microsoft, and they can definitely do this. A poke comp is very good, very good at long kind of siege times where, you know, they can get a lot of spell spam. Although this Nidalee doesn't have her blue buff, so it's definitely not the best. Sorry, excuse me. Pantheon getting caught out. Interesting. Tries to make it, gets the heal, gets another heal. Ezreal throwing the ult, trying to kite. Darius going on to Ezreal, but, you know, where's the team? Where's the team? They really need a team. Can they get it? Can't. No. Darius gets a double kill, but goes down. Nidalee's off to the side. Pretty much doesn't have enough for anything else. This Caitlyn's probably just gonna shoot her ult, and then she's gonna live, and then Diana's gonna kill her. Right. What this team should be doing is, well, not going for Caitlyn. Let me tell you that. Fail flash over into the wall. Just not very good. WK steals the kill. Still not sure why, because Nasus with more kills is always better. Always better. Faster items. Oh no, this isn't good. Pantheon's gonna come up. Gonna run a little bit. It's fine. Azrael farming. He's now only about 778, exactly 778 gold. Finishing his Trinity Force. This Caitlyn is massive. She's just an entire item and a half still over the Ezreal. So right now, red team has very good potential to siege down mid or just to bait out Baron. At this point, they're so strong, they can just fight whatever. Diana is huge. 7-1 and 1 with a death cap and an abyssal. Although I don't really think the abyssal is really needed. I mean, it's just Nidalee. You don't need that for just Nidalee. Really, she should, if she wants to go do something like that, she should just be going for her DFG. DFG would be the best item to get to snowball the game even harder. Especially because you're Diana. You don't want to get past 35 to 40 minutes without having a DFG. Okay, so in this case, she decides to opt for the Haunting guys into probably the Liandry's. Synergizes pretty well, gives her tankiness too. I'm expecting that she'll also get probably a Rylai's at some point too to make herself even tankier. Yeah, so just as I predicted, red team is posturing around the Baron while Darius is maybe looking to split push. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're just... Okay, I don't know what they're doing anymore. Anyways, Darius is split pushing. About 5 mid, just doing absolutely nothing. So right now you can tell that the blue side Microsoft team is basically in a state of panic. They really don't know what they're doing. Nasus is just going to teleport down and try and clear up this. Wasted teleport if you ask me, because the whole point of what they wanted to do was bait this Baron out. Yeah, so trap there. Ezreal's going to try and do something. It's not going to do that much. Right now, basically, this team can just stay onto Baron. If Ezreal can get some good pokes, it'll be fine. If Nidalee can get some good pokes, it'll be good. WK initiates, but, I mean, as you can see, the damage right now on Caitlyn is just way too high. Ezreal is kind of out of his mind, and he's going to pay for it with his life. Nidalee got someone. Nasus finally somehow... I don't know why Nasus is running away. He's their big tank. They can kill everything on this. because WK doesn't have his ult, but he has invisible. I mean, this is not really sure what they're trying to do. WK engages. Yeah, I'm like, why didn't they engage on this earlier when Nasus had ult? I think it's really, really bad. This is really weird, considering a poke team comp should not be really good at team fighting at all, but yet they are. So, Nidalee gets the slow, gets the exhaust, gets the transmogrify. Caitlyn's probably going to get melted, yeah. Nasus gets even more stacks, and they can look to pressure and take probably this tower. Nasus is being a hero and trying to tank this up for absolutely no reason, but Diana, if she lands a Q, can possibly take a lot of this. They're going to take the tower. They're not going to have time for the inhib, but they're going to have a lot of pressure. Red team is slowly losing a lot of the control that they had just because Nasus scales really, really, really well into late game if you let him do that. And although he only has 160 farm, he does have 5 kills, 8 assists. It's getting tankier slowly, although the Warmongs really is not a good choice. I mean, he's holding on to that chain vest for basically absolutely no reason. Monkey, so my friend Monkey is just kind of clearing out. Looks like he's trying to go for a Rylai's. Not really sure what else he wants to do. But yeah, this farm he should not be trying to take, but he can stay within EXP range. Here we go. I guess he's gonna go base. How much gold does this Soraka have anyways? 540? Maybe gonna pick up a few pinks or something? I'm not sure. Or maybe gonna upgrade his trinket to level 2? No? Well, so there's some lull time right here. The difference in gold is pretty much negligible now. I think it was Monte Cristo who said once teams get past about 50,000 gold each, it's really negligible, and it comes down to whoever just has the better team fight. Problem here is that Nasus is still trying to catch up and still getting farm. Darius has 2 offensive items, not that much health. So, I mean, if he gets to Ezreal, yeah, that's good, and he'll be able to take him down. But, you know, if he gets CC'd down, not going to be very good. WK has about the same thing, too. Very, very strong still. This team comp can definitely poke. Darius is around the side trying to flank. Ezreal sends out his ult. Pretty good. If Darius gets to flank off successfully onto any of the carries, the fight is automatically over, depending on how well this Nasus can peel. Darius, Diana, and I think Soraka. Uh-oh. This is very... Nope. I don't know why they decided to chase. If I were them, I would have just gone straight to the inhib and just said, you know, screw it. You guys can walk through your own jungle. That's fine. So right now, Nidalee gonna throw his spears. Still none connecting. Now comes this really big standoff where they want to try and get some poke on. Really, as long as Nidalee hits... Oh my gosh! Nice flash grab. This Darius is gonna melt that Ezreal, but he should die in the process. Yeah. So right now, Nasus should turn all of his attention back onto Caitlyn. Nidalee can do some damage, but I mean, Nasus eventually gets destroyed because of that nice flash grab by Darius. Darius really helped that team. Nidalee right now can kind of turn the game if she decides to just... Ooh, she decides to poke a lot and kind of kite backwards with her poke. But that was really bad foresight. That was just really bad foresight on this Microsoft team. They clumped together like a bunch of bronze. So right now, they can't really do anything. They can't contest Baron, but this Caitlyn should be able to solo Dragon by herself, which I would assume she would get. You don't, yeah, just please get this Dragon, take the objective off the board. There's about another, 1,000 gold for the team? 1,000 plus. So right now, nothing's really going on. Ezreal going back to farm. Ezreal almost has his blood. Almost has his. Actually, Ezreal does not. Wait, does he? 1065 is the combined cost, right? So how long are you going to wait in base? Yeah, now you can base if you want, Ezreal. Yeah, Ezreal doesn't even know the combined cost of Last Whisper. Pretty bad. So blue definitely looking to contest. Nasus finally got his Spirit Visage. Really, really good. That's really, really good for his lifesteal. Scales really well with his passive. He still held on to that Chain Vest all this time. Whether he's going to turn it into a Randuin still remains a mystery. I'm just not sure why he hasn't at least upgraded it to Warden's Mail or anything like that. It would help significantly against these team fights where he has to go on to Caitlyn. Darius trying to get another giant spell, probably going to turn that into either a Warmongers or or a Sunfire. More than likely a Sunfire. Right now, Palantir is looking to either bait out Baron or do something crazy with it. If this is the case, if they want to go to Baron, blue team has two options. They can let them have Baron and get an inhib, or they can try to contest that Baron. Both of them are pretty okay options. Right now they're still just kind of posturing, still just kind of trying to figure out what they want to do. Red side has really good wards. Blue side has really good wards into the Baron area. Red side, however, is looking to go down mid now, which I think is a really bad idea against a poke-heavy team comp, especially for reasons like that. You don't have Baron buff, and your team is not really, really good at sieging at all. If Nidalee hits one of these spears, it's pretty much over. Nasus has really, really good wave clear in his Spirit Fire, and really this Nidalee just needs to step back and just poke. Poke, 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 poke. If she lands one spear, the game is over. So, you try to engage for some reason. This WK is, I mean, they're just everywhere right now. If this WK, okay, so Caitlyn wastes her escape. They're charging up. Really, this was just a bad idea. A lot of flashes wasted. This Pantheon should be dead. No! This Diana is allowed to come in. Diana's allowed to come in onto Ezreal. Ezreal's just sitting in the back. WK with a really, really nice ult, but Ezreal's just not kiting for some reason. Darius doesn't get his ult off. This actually just straight up could be game. Soraka's just caught. She's useless unless, and Caitlyn, no, this is game. That was a 4 for none. Caitlyn can't do anything against this. They have minions pushing up. Nasus can just tank this out. Oh man, this Caitlyn can't fight. Yeah, this Caitlyn can't fight. It's the game. So GG, well played. First game of this set goes to Microsoft. That was a really, really good catch. So yeah, I'm not really sure exactly why Palantir decided to try to siege up against